Welcome, time travelers, and welcome, new time travelers. As always, if you enjoy learning about history one event at a time, then don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. Today we're going to start out in 1506 when Pope Julius II laid the first stone of the new St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City. Paul Revere, a renowned silversmith, is better remembered as a folk hero of the American Revolution who, on this night in 1775, made a dramatic ride on horseback to warn Boston area residents of an imminent attack by the British troops. 1857 is when American defense lawyer, public speaker, debater, and writer Clarence Darrow, among whose high-profile court appearance also was the Scopes trial, in which he defended a Tennessee high school teacher who broke a state law by presenting the Darwin theory of evolution, was born. Moving on to 1937, when French Socialist Party convention in Poitiers upheld Premier Leon Blum and votes the dissolution of radical faction demands intervention on the side of Spanish Republicans. Our next stop will be in 1940 when the House of Representatives, by a vote of 279 to 97, passed a bill permitting appeals to the courts from decisions of executive boards and commissions. 1942 brought us two events. The first event is when Japanese mainland was bombed for the first time when planes identified in Tokyo broadcast as U.S. bombers attacked Tokyo, Yakuman, Kabod, and Nagoya. U.S. withheld announcement of raid led by Major James H. Doolittle, promoted to Brigadier General on April 23rd until May 10th. And the second event is when U.S. Lieutenant Colonel James H. Doolittle led 16 B-25 bombers on a spectacular surprise attack on Tokyo, which is actually more about what I was just telling you about. On Tokyo and other Japanese cities. The Doolittle raid, as it became known, caused little damage but boosted Allied morale. 3 years later, in 1945, during the U.S. invasion of the Japanese island, Okinawa, in World War II, American war correspondent Ernie Powell was killed on a nearby island by Japan gunfire. 11 years later, in 1956, abandoning her Hollywood career, American actress Grace Kelly wed Rainer III, Prince DeMarco, in a civil ceremony. An oblate religious ceremony took place the following day. 1956 brought us Chu En-lai, communist Chinese premier, told the opening session of the National People's Congress that in 1958 China achieved a 65% gain in industrial and farm production. 1980 is when Zimbabwe achieved independence from the United Kingdom. The year before the turn of the century, in 1999, Canadian ice hockey player Wayne Gretzky, considered one of the game's greatest players, skated in his last NHL game. And finally, in 2012, American television personality and businessman Dick Clark, who was the longtime host of American Bandstand from 1957 to 1987, passed away in California. And with this, we return to 2024 and our current history. Until next time.